UK health officials urge people to make sure they're vaccinated against polio after the virus that causes the disease was found in London sewage samples.
The virus which causes polio has been detected in a concerning number of sewage samples in London, health officials say. The UK Health Security Agency says it was probably imported to London by someone who was recently vaccinated overseas with a live form of the virus. The disease was common in the UK in the 1950s but was eliminated by 2003. Take a quick look at what we know about polio. It was common in the UK in the 1950s but was eliminated by 2003. That's down to the routine vaccination of children here, firstly when they're babies, then at the age of 3 and then at 14.
Take-up of the vaccine is more than 92% across the UK on average, but just 86% in London.
It's the front pages of the morning's newspapers, and we'll start with the front page of the Metro. Nationwide polio alert is the headline there after polio traces were found in London sewage works. That's also the lead for the Mail, which says that health chiefs fear it could be spreading. The Eye also has that story with the headline polio found in Britain for the first time in 40 years. It's also on the front page of the Times, which features the NHS campaign to ensure that children are vaccinated. The Guardian has an image of the new Windrush generation memorial that was unveiled at Waterloo Station yesterday, and to the Daily Star for something completely different, but nonetheless fascinating. A psychotic seagull, yes, there are such things. I'm sure you will have met one or two, is their headline. That's a seagull that attacks one poor fisherman every time he goes outside. It's time to get a rifle, isn't it?
Papers today. The Times leading on rail strikes, saying that rail workers on Merseyside were given a 7.1% pay rise yesterday evening, which the paper reports unions have hailed a new benchmark.
The Guardian leading on the rail strikes too. It also has a picture of the new monument that's been unveiled for the Windrush generation. Basil Watstone's sculpture at Waterloo Station celebrates those who arrived in Britain from the Caribbean after the Second World War.
The Daily Mail says polio is back in the UK after 40 years, noting that experts repeatedly found samples of the virus at a wastewater site. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the programme.
And one of the most read articles on the BBC News website is the news the media tycoon Rupert Murdoch and the actor Jerry Hall are getting a divorce. According to US media reports, the divorce would be a fourth for Mr. Murdoch, who is 91.